Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. Like a shine, it's a reflectagon. Yeah. All right, so it looks like we have Pleasantries versus Danil. I don't know if it's pronounced that or not.
I don't know.
Falcon versus Samus. Typically, most people say this is in Samus' Falcon's favor, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
A big thing regarding any matchup with floaties like Samus or Peach or Puff or anything like that is those kinds of characters, they typically allow games to last longer, and they benefit the player who's better at adapting. Like, you're going to get a lot less out of just pushing buttons and being fast against floaties than you are against Spaceys, because Spaceys are a lot more fragile, and Samus can slow the pace down. So if you notice, okay, we're still talking about some of the plays that are happening here. So the Samus, okay, well we lost visual. Here we go. Okay, we're back here too. The Samus is obviously going to be doing lots of wave dashing back. He's also, not only is he wave dashing back, but he's typically sitting under the platform, so that if the Falcon tries to approach from with a full hop, he can just meet him with an up air or with a forward air, which are, the forward air is pretty disjointed and a lot of times leads into another area or at least stage positional advantage. But other than that, what finding yourself under that platform does, that was good. What finding yourself under that platform does is it makes the approach that is technically more optimal much easier to read, right? So he's basically setting Falcon up to fail with that positioning. Oh, that's not good.
Geez.
Got a nice wall jump. Hit the grab. Ooh, he almost had the ledge.
Him. It was a bait.
Oh, that
wasn't
good.
a bait.
All right. So a lot of Samus's advantage in other matchups is that she can just crouch cancel stuff. But two things about Falcon is that his down air, which we don't see too often in this matchup, you can't really crouch cancel it because it sends you down. You just kind of do that little flip thing, right? Or at higher percents, you'll just get popped up barely. Neither of which are good for you, because you're either going to get grabbed if you're crouch canceling at low percents, or at high percents, you're just going to get stomp need. We've seen a lot of down air since I started talking about it. But what the other thing is that Falcon, because of his horizontal momentum, can overshoot Samus's shield and her crouch cancel, so she won't be able to like crouch cancel down smash or crouch cancel, you know, hit it forward tilt, none of that. But she also can't hit him with up B out of shield unless it's like really, really tight or he's fading in. All right.
Oh, he knew that was coming.
It's a good mix-up to. It's always good to test and see if your opponent, when you're playing Samus, can react to you up B'ing and then falling down through the platform, because all you have to be doing there is holding down. Cats isn't wave dashing back. Pretty good adaptation by Danil. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Okay, cool. So actually interesting. I don't know if it was intentional or not. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt on it, but he waited up until the last stock on high percent to overshoot his knee really far, because I think he caught on to Pleasantries wave dashing back onto the platforms a lot. So he kind of knew that knee was going to hit. Yeah, it's going to save it for whenever he thinks it's going to work out the most for him. That's what a lot of this game is about, people, is just kind of building a profile for your opponent and what they like to do. And as long as you can like control the pace long enough to save options, you want to like save them as long as you can. Because if you come out swinging all the time with everything you have, one, you're going to run into like some option overload kind of stuff for yourself, but you're also going to give away all your information right away. Yeah. And like Melee's so open-ended that a lot of people have their own habits, and while you do play matchups and you have to understand matchups, a lot of it comes down to playing the players, or at least at the like high levels. So that knee was an example of playing the player. Yeah, yeah. All right. So that's a little bit of an overview of the matchup and how they're played. Now I'm going to start trying to talk about individual things that I'm seeing and noticing here. All right, so Danil's bullying him into the ledge. Samus's options coming up are pretty much limited to ledge hop waveland or ledge hop auto-canceled up air. And that just gives him frame advantage on his ascent. Yeah, the get-up attack works on characters like Marth and Luigi, but Samus has multiple hitboxes on that up B, so pretty much any time you're vulnerable at the ledge there, you're going to hit by that. You're going to probably need to roll there, or at least refresh invulnerability right before you up Bs so that you can outlast it. So that was a pretty good combo. Yeah.
Kind of surprised by how many grabs the Samus was getting.
Yeah.
It hasn't been a ton, but
you would expect to see almost none.
Especially with how fast Danil's moving. He's trying to stay really mobile, so
Yeah.
which is smart. I agree with it. Now this stage I have mixed feelings on for Samus against Falcon. Against most characters, what this does is it just allows for Samus to live a lot longer. But if you, as we talked about before, and as we were seeing, Falcon wins this matchup by staying mobile and just being tricky and overshooting aerials and stuff like that, right? So even though he doesn't technically kill Samus as fast on this stage, he does have a better neutral game here than on some stages.
So would you say Yoshi's?
Yeah, I think Yoshi's or Fountain's probably better.
Assuming Fountain was banned.
Right. Well, yeah, it's probably 2 out of 3. I personally would pick Yoshi's because I think Samus's her auto canceled up air coming up through ledge is actually easier there too. And if he hits a down smash or something off of that, Falcon's going to go really far. And the thing that sucks a lot about getting down smashed is Falcon and Ganon is that it turns you around, so it takes Falcon kick out of your arsenal. Granted, on Yoshi's story, that's not that big of a deal. I think he might have been able to air dodge tether that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. He's been playing pretty well, Pleasantries, other than his flubs at the ledge.
Yep.
He's had
I
like
agree.
4 maybe.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know if he has much Samus or floating practice, but he's playing patient, which is important. He is technically losing this game, but as long as he's learning from it, he gets his own counter pick. Ooh, wow. He gets his own counter pick going into the next one, so. That was good. Yeah. I will say that Pleasantries is he's definitely messing, getting the SDs there. I don't know if it's nerves. I'd like to think it's not, but
yeah, I don't know.
It's about tied up after 2 suicides this game by him.
Both of them. Well, that one was pretty low percent.
Yeah. I mean, when you're Samus, low percent's subjective, you know.
Yeah. Samus
can crouch cancel for a really long time. Yeah. It's smart of him. He angled that forward smash down, just in case he mistimed it slightly. I don't know if it was intentional, but it was the right thing to do.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, we're starting to see the crouch cancel down smashes start coming out. He read it. Even if he didn't put out the down smash early there, he would have gotten hit by that, or he would have not been able to crouch cancel the down air. So, actually, this may be out of 5.
It must be.
Yeah,
they're not standing up.
It's out of 5. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think Yoshi's is probably a good stage for Samus. I'm not like a real big Samus expert, but I do know that Falcon has a hard time moving around there.
Yeah.
And going for trades is usually in Samus's favor. Granted, like one of the characters that can actually clean up stocks on Samus because of her combo weight is Falcon. But that, like I said, that has to do with he can rack up the damage in neutral and fight himself in those positions. And Yoshi's story kind of clogs up the area for him.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I would take him either there or Fountain. I don't know if I'd run the stage back because.
Yeah.
Granted, yes, he had two SDs, and I'm sure it might be like a personal thing. Where he's like, dude, I should have had him there. But I guess maybe he's thinking if he beats him here, then maybe he'll get taken to stories too.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I don't even know what stage Falcon would like in this.
Probably Stadium.
Oh yeah, yeah. NFD, I guess, probably.
Yeah. But I don't know. Samus is good. She's really good at the ground fight, and like while he can overshoot on it, it is beneficial for him to have platforms if he needs to. Like right now, he's going above her to get the stage back. And granted, he didn't use the platforms there, but on FD, that's not ambiguous at all. Like it looked like he might have been going to the platforms at first to me, but if there's no platforms, that's absolutely not what he's doing.
Yeah.
See that? Okay, so we mentioned rising forward air whenever people are approaching above platforms or sitting on platforms. Ooh. If he just waited a second, he would have been able to sweet spot that before Falcon got there. But yeah, he was using forward air. He's probably going to do one here too. Oh, he's going for up air. So, I mean, they're both similar in that they lead into other things. Up air just hits better above you, and forward air hits better in front of you. Yeah, I think that's something we need to see more if he's forcing him to the air. As long as he's moving forward on the ground and controlling the space right in front of him, then we're going to see more platform movement from Falcon, or at least full hops probably. And that's whenever forward air, nair, up air, those all get a lot better. Ooh. That does a lot of damage. I think probably a grab's still better. Yeah, or a stomp. Won't be able to crouch cancel it. Ooh, that was good. Probably just to get up attack or roll, yeah.
So Pleasantries has himself in the lead again.
Oh no, this is the area. I don't know why he's doing this. I don't know if he just doesn't know how to get on the stage. Maybe he doesn't know about the auto canceled up air.
I don't know. Ooh.
All right. Well, he paying him back. Paying him back for last game.
Nice guy.
Yeah. Ooh. Calling a jump. I don't know if I mean, I guess at the percentage lead he has, getting an extra like 20% is gonna be. It's probably gonna reward him more. He doesn't need to kill Falcon with a charge shot like he does like Jigglypuff or Peach.
Yeah. Yeah, but he hasn't gotten much mileage off his charge shots at all. He's gone for them all at pretty low percents.
He hasn't gone for missiles much either.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't. But Falcon's trying to stay pretty close to him. So
Right, yeah. Falcon's definitely taken away that option, which is good. A lot of being proactive against Spaceys is staying close enough to limit options, but not committing. That was good.
Yeah.
You can't commit too much either, or else you're going to start running into trouble. The big thing about being an offensive player is that as long as you're good at mixing up what you're doing, you can sit there and kind of like take notes on how they're reacting defensively, like we saw the first game with that wave dash back knee. And during that time period, they're trying to take notes on what you're doing. But as long as you're mixing it up, those notes are far less valuable than the notes of actual like defensive habits that you're picking up on.
Yeah.
Especially with a momentum-based character like Captain Falcon. That information is going to go further for him. Because as the defensive player, you still kind of got to get lucky, whereas the offensive player, like, you have more to go on.
Yeah.
Because typically the offensive playbook is going to be bigger than the defensive playbook. And I guess maybe offensive isn't even the right word all the way, because I guess that would still be like proactive, like just being close enough to limit like projectiles. You're not being offensive in that you're putting out moves, but you're still limiting options and taking space. So it's kind of offensive. Most people just refer to it as like being proactive.
Yeah.
So it looks like FD was the counter pick.
Yeah.
I think the idea here would normally be to limit like missile spamming or like just Samus recovering high, which I don't see much of anyway. I think Samus I know struggles on like this stage against a Fox who knows what they're doing, just because she doesn't have very places she can go.
Yeah.
And as long as the Fox is like safe enough offensively to get hits and not get too beat up for it, I think not having platforms actually benefits him more than it does Samus. But I'm not sure how that works in this matchup.
Yeah.
So far, it looks like, at least right now, Pleasantries is taking advantage of the lack of platforms more.
Yeah. And one thing you mentioned when we were talking about counter picks earlier, the up B at a shield becomes worse because there's no platforms, but he just did it twice earlier and hit it back to the ledge.
Actually, he hasn't been up being out of shield a whole lot either.
Yeah, he has.
So like FD is a good textbook counter pick because of that, because you can't ledge cancel it or land on platform or do the mix up on platforms.
Yeah.
But he wasn't doing it very much anyway, so. We keep losing it. We're good. Yeah, he's doing surprisingly doing a lot more of them now.
Yeah.
And it could also be like what we were talking about. Well, okay. So one important thing here is all these up Bs that we're seeing are near the ledge. Okay. And what that means is he's not doing them because he has platforms to retreat to, and he's not doing them because he can go to the ledge even. He's doing it because Falcon, because of where he's placing himself, Falcon can't overshoot him far enough to not get hit by this.
Yeah. So Falcon needs to stop approaching.
Yeah, what he needs to do is bait it instead.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So he's giving him, look, he's intentionally giving him space. And then when he meets him at the edge, he up Bs him. Here it comes. Right? He's being a little bit more, he went a little bit in there now. I think he's probably just trying to close out this kill. But Pikachu takes advantage of ledge canceling aerials. And Falcon is a little bit of a bigger hitbox than Pikachu, and he can't really lead into much more off of it than like grab off a ledge cancel. And even then, if Samus were to like crouch cancel into a forward smash or something instead, Falcon's recovery, trying to angle or shoot himself to the ledge, he's gonna have bad DI. So I'm not sure I would go for a ledge cancel like ledge cancel Nair if I was Falcon in this position. But he is definitely running into up Bs more at the ledge.
Yeah. We also saw him shoot a couple missiles earlier, which was something we didn't see much before.
Oh, that was really good spacing. Get a charge shot. Oh, Nair's good.
Shoot him! Ooh.
That's probably it. That's probably it.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't get too cute.
That was close. That was good.
Yeah.
All right. So if I'm Falcon,
Strong,
I would note I saw a little bit more missile, saw a little bit more up B out of shield. So Stadium is going to be a little hard if he's really good at spamming missiles. We haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's safe or not. But I honestly expect, okay, I was gonna say I either expect FD again or Stadium. Just because the stages he has open are Yoshi's, which I think he knows he doesn't want to be moving. He's going to have a hard time moving around in.
Yeah.
He's got Fountain, which regardless of how often you practice it and what you think of it, most players just tell you, like, dude, just don't worry, don't play there.
Yeah.
As a Falcon player.
And it's also small.
Right. Well, and the platform heights make it hard to
aerial and
yeah.
land on.
Yeah, and he's pretty aerial based. So I personally think that FD's the better pick if he's adapting to the up B out of shield. And it also could be like we were talking about earlier, where you build a player profile and he's playing the offense. Even though he lost last game, if he was taking really good notes during that, and because he was the offensive play the entire time, he could have a pretty good understanding of what the defensive game's going to look like. And now that it's the last game, there might not be enough time for Pleasantries to adapt. Yeah. It's pretty even right now. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So yeah, I don't like Samus retreating to the ledge. And we're seeing shields right here. We're seeing shields when he comes in, so he knows about the up B out of shield. But we don't know if he knows it. The reason he's going for it so much is because he's pushing it. Ooh, man. Okay. He got back in the center for it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Just a little mistiming.
Yeah. The thing about Falcon's up B is that when he up B's to the ledge, his feet kind of flip over it.
You can't actually sweet spot.
Yeah, you can't truly sweet spot it. So Samus's like tilts and are really good at hitting that. Especially given like she can shoot a missile here to force him to recover like that. Yeah.
Ooh. Missed the smash though.
Yep. I mean, realistically, Falcon could probably get a kill pretty quickly here without running into any more trouble. Subbing? Resubscribing? Azu? We got a shout out for Azu for subbing again for the 4th time in a row.
You're the man, Azu.
3? 3 times. 3 times.
Oh, only 3? Okay, you're still pretty cool.
Alright, we're just soothsayers.
Yeah.
Next month. Ooh, wow, I can't believe that hit. Oh, there you go. He doesn't have any jumps, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't know if he knows that or not, though.
He doesn't have grapple.
He doesn't have that either.
So, yeah.
As long as they both knew it, he was going to die. All right. I like this. I like seeing the more defensive approach here by Danil. Lots of movement. Looking to get around crouch cancel with the down air there. Knee's also not bad at getting around crouch cancel if you can extend it past, because the down smash starts in the front. So if you hit her and cross her up, if you hit her in the front and still cross her up, you can get around down tilt if they don't turn too. Ooh. I think grab's probably his best bet though. At low percents. You want to get her out of crouch cancel percent. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I'd go for those extra jabs too, just like I said, to get her out of crouch cancel percent. He's gonna probably just go straight at it. All right. Let's see what he learned, because he's got to dig deep for it. If he took the right notes from last game, he can very easily close this out, especially because being in Pleasantries' position and losing the lead on the last game is probably going to shake him a little bit. Does a lot of players. Okay, so he's looking for the grab, which is something I wanted to see, but I don't know if I would be going for it after more moves. I would think he just needs to go for it first while he's waiting for an aerial.
Yeah.
There we go. Ooh. There you go. Oh, man. He's getting opportunities to end this stock. I don't think he can edge guard him. I think he's hold center here.
Yeah, he was not approaching the ledge so much earlier, and it was working out really well for him.
And now he's
yeah.
Maybe it's just a habitual thing for him.
Yeah.
Or he hasn't spotted it yet. I'll make sure to bring it up to him after this game. not a lot of people play against Samus, so. Oh, that was good. We haven't seen a grab in a while.
Yeah.
There we go. Tied up percent. He's got a whole stock lead on him. He keeps doing that. I think next time that happens, man, Danil can just take the ledge.
Yeah, it might be able to steal the game.
Ooh. All right. So in theory, we can see it. We can see it happen.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're seeing the missiles come out now.
Ooh,
That was actually really good.
there.
That was it. That's it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Close set. We saw some changes in the gameplay from both players, which is honestly probably the most important thing.